So I'm actually quite curious to know exactly how much Deontay Wilder is going to be making when he defends his belt against Dominic Breazeale on May 18th, because that wasn't disclosed. You know, they didn't actually tell you how much he was getting paid. And I have a feeling the reason Deontay Wilder wanted to keep that private, because when they asked him about that, you know, he kept it private. He said, according to, you know, Shelly Finkel, he was saying that that Deontay Wilder didn't want to disclose the amount he was receiving, right? And I have a big feeling the reason he didn't want to do that is obviously because it wasn't nowhere near as much as Showtime was going to offer him to face Dominic Breazeale. So, I mean, remember, Showtime was supposedly, the Zone was supposedly going to offer Deontay Wilder $20 million to face Dominic Breazeale, right? So let's say, you know, Showtime offered Wilder, you know, $2.5 million. $4.5 million, $9.5 million. Obviously, that's not $20 million. So obviously, he wouldn't want that to be known out there in the public, because the public will look at that and be like, well, wait a minute, Wilder. That doesn't seem like a smart move. I mean, you could have made $20 million against Dominic Breazeale fighting on The Zone, but instead you made $2.5 million against Dominic Breazeale fighting on Showtime. So that would just make Deontay Wilder look dumb, right? So obviously, Deontay Wilder doesn't want to look dumb. So this is why he tells Shelly Finkel, listen, I don't want to talk about how much I'm getting paid on Showtime, etc., etc. Now, if later on we find out that Deontay Wilder got paid $2.5 million, you know, to fight Dominic Breazeale, you know, it just goes to show you just how dumb of a, you know, because listen, Deontay Wilder, good puncher, okay, good puncher, but there's a few things about him that, you know, first of all, I don't think he's too intelligent. Second, all right, so A, he's not too intelligent, especially if you're turning down this Zone deal. Before he turned this down, I knew he wasn't too intelligent, all right? I knew he wasn't too bright. But if he turned down $20 million to face Dominic Breazeale for $2.5 million, obviously he's not intelligent. B, he's not a skillful heavyweight. He just has the punch, right? Okay? So those are two things that we already know about Deontay Wilder. And three, he's cringy. You know, Wilder's a very cringy person. Have you ever seen his interviews? I mean, did you see when he was doing the little face-off with Dominic Breazeale? I mean, I was just like, it was so cringy watching that. The way he was whispering, the way he was talking. You, listen, man. He might not get up. He might not get up, Breazeale. Oh, he definitely in trouble, man. Like, I know he has this thing where he acts very just cringeworthy. You know, the way he talks to his opponents. You know, he might not get up. I just thought it was very cringy the way he was talking to Dominic Breazeale. Meanwhile, you look at Dominic Breazeale, he's very serious. Wilder's just one of these dudes. He's very cringeworthy to watch whenever he's like talking about his opponent. You know, I'm gonna catch a body. Anyway, I'm very curious to know how much he's receiving. Oh, and by the way, if any Deontay Wilder fan comes to my channel and tells me, listen, why you worried about what's in Deontay Wilder's pockets? Why are you worried about what's in Deontay Wilder's pockets? Why are you worried about how much you getting paid versus Breazeale? Why are you worried about that, right? Well, here's the thing. Deontay Wilder supposedly, matter of fact, no. Shelly Finkel, Al Heyman, and Deontay Wilder, they did not take that fight, that $100 million deal with the Zone, because they had no idea how much Anthony Joshua was receiving. So they were in Anthony Joshua's pockets in that situation, right? Because they were asking the Zone, listen, tell me how much Anthony Joshua's making. Tell me how much Anthony Joshua's making. So what is that? They're in another man's pockets, right? Deontay Wilder, Shelly Finkel, and Al Heyman were in Anthony Joshua's pocket asking how much was this man making? Because they wanted to know how much he made, right? So don't. And because they didn't tell them, they fucking said no to a $100 million deal. What a joke. So don't come at me and say, oh, you're in Deontay Wilder's pocket, when Deontay Wilder was in Anthony Joshua's pocket, right, homie? So, again, I I really don't think that Deontay Wilder is going to be making, you know, because I've seen some Deontay Wilder fans say or claim that, listen, obviously Showtime is going to offer him a tremendous deal. Obviously, a tremendous deal. They can't tell you what it is because Deontay Wilder was too embarrassed to tell his own fans what it was because he knows it's not nowhere near as how much the Zone offered him. But that's what they're saying. Like, I've seen a few Deontay Wilder fanboy channels saying, "Oh, obviously Showtime gave him a tremendous deal. I mean, did you see the way Steven Espinoza was saying Showtime gave him a tremendous deal?" Okay, so you're just trusting what Steven Espinoza said. Steven Espinoza didn't actually disclose how much he received, right? He didn't say, "Oh, wait, Wilder's getting paid $25 million." Now, if I heard something like that, like Wilder's getting paid $25 million to fight Breazeale, I'll be like, okay, he's getting paid more he's getting paid more with Showtime than he would have made with the Zone just fighting Breazeale, right? But they're not disclosing that, so it's really dumb for his fans to be like, oh, he's clearly going to be getting a lot of money, because they don't even know. Because Wilder was too embarrassed to let people know how much he actually received, because he knows it's nowhere near as good as what he received or what he was offered to get with the Zone. And by the way, you know, $120 million. So that meant that he would have received 20, because I originally thought it was just 100 million, but obviously 100, and now we're seeing reports where it's 120 million. So that means he would have received 20 million for Dominic Breazeale fight, and he would have gotten 50 million apiece to face Anthony Joshua, right? Which is more than enough. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.